It's really interesting detective work, looking for songs. And I rang up a friend of mine, an old East Ender, and I said to him on the phone, I said, I just forgotten, of course, you're an old East Ender. What songs do you remember? Do you know any Yiddish songs that mention London? He went, yeah, of course I do. And out of the blue, he rattled off to me this song, which chorus went like this. It didn't have a tune, so he just rattled off to me the verse, and it went, East Stepney, wie de Liebe is brennt, and jede Sadie is a lady, and jede Sam a gent. And I'll just go through that again. East Stepney, where love is burning, wie die Liebe is brennt. And the word jede means every. Jede Sadie is a lady, and jede Sam a gent. Now, with a chorus line like that, every Sadie is a lady, and every Sam is a gent, you can think, well, maybe it means that people are getting up in the world, and the Sadie is becoming a lady, and the gentleman walking on the streets of East Stepney. However, coming after the line, wie die Liebe is brennt, where love is burning, to then have every Sadie is a lady and every Sam is a gent, again, has a real double meaning. And the songs that I'm picking up, some of them are street songs, some of them are theatre songs. Double meanings is the name of the game. That's what happens in songs, and that's how, you get the feelings across. So again, for the third time, I found in these maybe 15 or 16 Yiddish songs about London, in the third song that mentions the sort of prostitution, that mentions the existence of Jewish prostitutes in London. So having come across this Sadie, I've then been asking every East Ender that I meet of a certain age what the word name Sadie means to them. And I've come out with a tremendous number of different results. So people have saying a Sadie is an outcast, a Sadie is a yachna, a chatterbox, a Sadie is a woman you wouldn't like to be, a Sadie is the lowest of the low entailing, it's the woman who sews, the nickname for the woman who sews on buttonholes. And a very interesting story from a non-Jewish woman, a younger woman, who told me of her grandmother and her aunt, who when they got together in the East End to go out for the evening, they would not be allowed out, and they'd creep out of the house, and they'd go and out into the town, and they'd whatever, and they'd come back in, 16-year-old girls, and their father would say to them, "You two are bringing your name into disrepute, you're behaving like nothing but a bunch of Sadies." So clearly the name Sadie and the word Sadie has been used in lots of different ways, and Sadie was a popular name. And one very interesting thing I was just recently told after giving a talk about this material, and the man came up to me and he said, my mother was called Sadie, and she was so embarrassed at the name Sadie that she changed it to Sarah. And that was, I think, quite a common thing, that, it was a sort of nickname, and that people could be teased for having the name Sadie. When I've asked people about whether there were Jewish prostitutes, there are very different responses. Some people just say, no, I've never heard of Jewish prostitutes. Whereas other people have said, of course, we knew someone who lived down the road, or, there was a woman who lived up above us. Bernard Copps describes in one of his books biography talking about a woman who lived above him, and she used to come round down to his family, and they were a very poor family, and give them potatoes. And he knew nothing about her except that she worked out west. And clearly, again, working out west was this euphemism for being a prostitute. So people did know prostitutes. They were part of the society. However, it wasn't something that people wanted to publicise. It wasn't something that people felt ashamed about it. Like, there shouldn't be Jewish prostitutes, God forbid. Which is in a way strange, because in other places like Warsaw, it was very, very well known about Jewish prostitutes. There was a place in Lehman Street called the Jews' Temporary Shelter, and one of the things that the women who were at the dockside would do when they sort of managed to get girls that they weren't sure where they were going, or that they had dubious addresses, is they'd take them over to the Jews' Temporary Shelter, and they could be there for a few weeks while they settled down, while they were helped find their families, they were helped find places to be, they were helped to find work if that was appropriate. And so that was something that was very positive, that the Jewish community were really doing, not just for girls who were either at risk of prostitution, but also for anybody coming along, sort of very poor without somewhere to go.